Bishop sitting there.
People in his company, you know, to do all these acts, deeds and stuff like that, paying the and everything like that. And they proved that, which they doing a hell of a job, a great job in proving that.
I'm about to tell you something really explosive. We're talking about a full-fledged, shocking bombshell coming straight from Gene Deal, who lived in the center of the storm, so this isn't your typical celebrity rumor mill. Yes, the same Gene Deal, Diddy's longtime confidant and trusted ex-bodyguard, is coming forth with intimate information that will undoubtedly rock the entertainment industry to its foundation. Gene isn't only talking from the sidelines. He was there, saw everything, and is now disclosing information that has the potential to ruin one of the most well-liked characters in the game, T.D. Jakes. The worst part is that T.D. Jakes has established an unshakable reputation as a revered, even holy individual who has distinguished himself by leadership, faith, and wisdom throughout the years. He has developed a fan base that trusts in his moral character, his commitment to improving others, and his honesty. However, in Gene Deal's opinion, this persona? It's all a front, a well-crafted mask concealing some really sinister and unsettling realities.
America, look, what's gonna happen? Look at this. Look, T.D. Jakes, man, come on. He was at that party? Look, seriously?
I mean, if Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons.
Hey, Bishop Jakes, how
What's
are you?
up, man?
Man, it's so good to see you.
It's better to see you. How you doing?
All the champagne was spiked, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the out. I don't drink, so I was playing that I don't drink. I smoke, like I smoke, and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against cheeks. I heard struggling to take dick. I heard being like, yeah, daddy. Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling. Like, yeah, I kept the phone and I recorded all this because I was like, this Diddy rich, so I'm finna put the squeeze on.
According to Gene, T.D. Jakes engaged in some very awful, strange conduct behind closed doors at Diddy's parties. The kind of upscale, private gatherings where the privileged socialize. That totally contradicts what he openly advocates. The jaw-dropper is this. Diddy documented this crazy side in addition to seeing it. More than a few clips. Diddy, according to Gene, retained every recording. Like an insurance policy, every damning second is recorded and stored.
Maybe, as time went on, because they got to the point whereas that they didn't even care.
This goes beyond a little error or a bit of poor judgment. We are discussing a scandal so significant and devastating that T.D. Jakes' reputation might be permanently destroyed if those recordings are shown in court. From an insider's point of view, Gene Deal depicts a guy leading a double life, behaving one way in private and preaching another on stage. The public image collapsing under the weight of sinister, concealed secrets is a typical example. Gene claims that the recordings are Diddy's secret weapon as his trial approaches. T.D. Jakes' career might end as a result of the trial. And it could be more than simply a legal battle. Everything he has worked for, including his ministry, reputation, influence, and everything else, might be destroyed by the aftermath.
Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons. Money or sex. That's all that happens at Diddy parties.
It's all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. T.D. Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
And you been to these parties, right?
Oh yeah, I was there when he was doing the white parties in the Hamptons and the whole 9 yards. So I know what goes on at the parties. If they probably got a little bit more freakier, as time went on, because they got to the point whereas that they didn't even care. It used to be secretly, you know, where people used to go to, you know, separate rooms and different rooms, and they wasn't doing that out in the public, you know. So, but now they don't care. Men kissing men and all this other stuff. That's just crazy.
Gene has a unique perspective because of his relationship with Diddy. He's not making assumptions or spreading unfounded rumors. He's sharing what he observed firsthand, what he knows for sure, and why Diddy is prepared to see this through to the end. Never before have the stakes been so high. Power and money aren't the only factors here. This concerns uncovering a guy who could have been living a lie all along, as well as the potential destruction that deception might create when it eventually collapses. Therefore, you should reconsider your belief that T.D. Jakes was invincible, because the game is going to alter due to Gene Deal's shocking discoveries. Is Diddy retaining those recordings? That is the secret that might lead to a controversy so significant that it could perhaps put an end to Diddy Jakes' life as he knows it. It's a crazy tale. It's startling, and believe me, it's just the beginning. Things are changing quickly, so you'll want to keep a careful eye on this area. The mega preacher Bishop T.D. Jakes, who is well known for his sermons and for creating a vast spiritual empire, abruptly announces that he is leaving his position as head of the Potter's House. And believe me when I say that this isn't only a peaceful way out of a little neighborhood church. This man's name is a byword for contemporary Black spirituality. Someone who has millions of people waiting for every word they say, whose sermons cause internet disruptions, whose novels are in high demand, and whose influence extends from the seats of the church to the largest boardrooms and stages. We are discussing a guy who has interacted with world leaders, celebrities, and presidents. A ubiquitous name with an influence that extends far beyond religious groups, T.D. Jakes is a cultural behemoth. People are thus instantly left wondering what's really going on here when he abruptly declares that he is bowing out. No steady fade, no gradual step back. Gene Deal now doesn't believe in new directions or health concerns, not at all. He said that this was a forced exit rather than a dignified retirement or personal decision.
That's why people get on my nerves talking about who you should be seen with. I do homeless shelters. I walk in prison ministries. I deal with murders. I deal with and kids because they're our children, our sons, and our daughters.
As a shock to many in the religious community, Bishop T.D. Jakes has been a spiritual advisor to presidents and a religious voice to thousands. Now he says it's time to pass the baton to a new generation.
This is a beautiful moment for me.
From the pulpit Sunday, Bishop T.D. Jakes announced that he was stepping down from leadership at the Potter's House.
And you know what? By implying that T.D. Jakes was much more involved in the Diddy story than anybody thought, Gene is seriously undermining the case. This goes beyond a simple acquaintance or fleeting connection. Bishop Jakes was so closely associated with Diddy's inner circle, according to Monique, that when Diddy's legal issues erupted, the Potter's House executives reportedly began to panic behind the scenes.
How you feel about these rumors surrounding, you know, Diddy and T.D. Jakes?
Man, what he's doing is he's making he's making the Christians look real bad right about now.
I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. T.D. Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Good, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good because I know the truth.
T.D. Jakes, do not speak against
homosexuality?
World-renowned Dallas pastor T.D. Jakes is named in a federal lawsuit against musician Sean Diddy Combs.
It's filed by a producer that worked with Combs. It discusses how the singer planned to leverage his relationship with the bishop to soften the impact on his public image of Casey Ventura's lawsuit. Ventura is a former girlfriend of Combs who filed her own lawsuit in November alleging abuse, violence, and sex trafficking.
Could this federal investigation have come out of these private lawsuits?
Oh, absolutely. If it involves sex trafficking or drugs or weapons or other illegal behavior.
Lori Levinson is a former federal prosecutor.
They've decided this is worth a lot of resources across the country. So once they've done these searches, they have evidence to follow up on. And if they've got it, they'll move on it.
In an attempt to remove Bishop Jakes from the limelight before any negative revelations began to leak out from behind those stained glass windows, they allegedly pushed for a swift and orderly departure. And the worst part is this. According to Gene, he's not only spreading gossip. Diddy has tangible proof in the form of data, audio recordings, screenshots, and maybe even photographs. Things that fans can't ignore or dismiss with a PR statement. This whole story is much more complex and sinister than anybody anticipated if Gene's hints prove to be accurate. But let's take a step back. Diddy has recently been embroiled in a slew of legal disputes. The drama is intensifying, insiders are coming out, and lawsuits are mounting. Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a former Diddy producer who filed a large lawsuit full of grave charges, was one of the greatest surprises. He not only disparaged Diddy, but he also mentioned several well-known figures. Even though Bishop Jakes wasn't listed as a defendant, the fact that his name appeared in the case was enough to start speculations. That complaint claims that Diddy rushed to repair his reputation when Cassie Ventura struck him with her own legal counterattack. And who did he supposedly ask for help? None other than Bishop Jakes, who hoped to lessen the public backlash by using his broad authority and spiritual heft. It was at that link, that association, that things really began to heat up, because you are caught in the crossfire as soon as your name is connected, even indirectly, to a significant federal litigation. But it doesn't end there. A video of T.D. Jakes front and center at one of Diddy's renowned parties in Los Angeles began to surface about the same time as the legal mayhem was getting out of hand. It's true that celebrities often attend gatherings. However, this wasn't a casual greeting or a brief stop by. The clip was viewed as if it were a blockbuster film. It was obvious that this was more than just a straightforward social call based on the atmosphere, the intensity, and the way T.D. Jakes interacted with the A-list celebrities, all of whom were oozing with wealth. It provided a glimpse into a world where power, celebrity, and religion all clash in unexpected ways. As it happens, Jakes had previously gone to Diddy's events.
Hey, Bishop Jakes. How are you?
What's up, man?
Man, it's so good to see you.
It's better to see you. How you doing? Looks like you're out in the sun.
T.D. Jakes was hanging out at a rapper and twerking party. What? That Puff Daddy held. He's sitting right there. Oh, T.D. Snakes.
One of the people who are his celebrity friends is going to speak or say nothing until they're either contacted or they know what they really got.
So you feel like they might be worried that they might be on tape at one of Diddy parties doing something they wasn't supposed to be doing?
I think that the celebrities that may be worried is because what Lil Rob said. Lil Rob said in his affidavit that